Hey, what's going on, guys? Dagon 30 here. Today I want to give you an honest review of Asus's new ROG Raikiri 2 Xbox and PC controller, wireless. So, along with this review, I'm also going to compare it to my other one I have here that I did a review on earlier, the gamesir G7 Pro. So to start out with this one, and I'll wait till the comparisons to the end, so if you want to know, just hang in there. Out of the box, this thing is, you can feel the sturdiness. You can feel it in the thumbsticks, you can definitely feel it in the D-pad, and the buttons press very crisp. It does have 1000 polling with 50 hours battery life. And I think the battery life is a little reduced if you have the RGB on. Of course, that takes more energy, but if you're playing on your PC or on your Xbox, you know, you should be actually looking at your screen or monitor and not really the lights on this. So in order to do software updates or calibrate it on your PC, it has a web-based system called GearLink, and what that does is it's web-based. It's not app-based like the G7s is, but I had issues calibrating it. I did a software update and I went into calibration, and for some reason both thumbsticks, I don't know, I had to use a lot of force to get them to actually calibrate in whatever direction. And it took a while, and it put an uncomfortable amount of force on these sticks. And I don't know if you just got to break them in more. And I made sure that, because these also come with longer sticks if you like that. But I don't know if I just had to, push these in more. I did that and it still had issues calibrating. It finally did after like the 5th attempt. So I don't know if that's a software update they need to do in the future, because this controller has only been out for barely over a month, maybe. But it was about $180, and I bought this from Best Buy, and because it sold out quick. I've been waiting. On the rear of the controller, you can find your dongle right here. It's got 2 extra buttons on each side, so you can assign those to whatever you want. And as you see, you can do your Bluetooth, your 2.4 gig here. You set it for Xbox or PC here, and you can do the pairing right here. And these let you control where you want your trigger pulls to be at. Comes with a USB-C right here. Standard Xbox controller layout like this. And one of my gripes on this was it does not, I don't know. It did, after having this for about 3 weeks, it did disconnect on a couple occasions when I had it set for 2.4. But that was very rare, and it might have been a me issue on that because I was kind of far away from my monitor. But it only happened twice, and it didn't happen all the rest of the dozens of hours I played. One of my other gripes about this thing is this cradle right here. Coming out of the box, you have to put the feet on, which ain't hard at all. But the issue I had was, it kind of made me mad, is I set it right here and to charge it, but if you don't make sure it's set just right, it will not charge. And then I feel like it doesn't sit in there very sturdy at all. Not at all. Compared to the other one, this one is not that good. So you can also just charge it from there if you want. On the cradle itself, the only thing I do like about it, it's kind of neat. It has USB and USB-C. So judging from the needs, if you have this plugged into your computer, it definitely, you have options there. And I do like about that. And I'll probably end up turning off the RGB on this. But yeah, it has a good sturdy feel. Now, these are extra buttons on top, so you can remap those to whatever. And then if you're old school like me, I still call these start and select, but your menu buttons right here, they'll sometimes when you're trying to press one or the other, it'll get in the way. But you just got to kind of teach yourself not to do that. But it's not too bad. That's a little minor gripe. Has a earphone jack right here. And yeah, I like this controller a lot. It was $180 plus tax. And it's definitely, I do like this more than the Xbox Elite series. A lot of people love that series, and it is a good series, but I think this one's still a little bit better on that end. So, comparing the two controllers. The D-pad is definitely sturdier on this. I think this has a stronger connection with 2.4 and Bluetooth. This has 50 hours of playtime, give or take, depending on RGB and whatnot. This only has 10. Button layout's a little weird on this in my opinion, but so this one has a better button layout because there's 2 extra buttons are right here next to this, so I think it has better access. The charging cradle for both, this one's still way better. So if I had to choose between the two to make it my main, because I'm still going to play both these controllers, because my wife bought this for me and I love it to death. I played it a whole bunch before I even got this one, and they feel about the same in my hands because it's a standard Xbox setup. But I can see this controller lasting for the next 5 years. It's much sturdier. They both have Hall effect, so you're not going to get stick drift very easily, or if at all. I see the D-pad failing on this. And I use a D-pad a lot, especially when I'm playing fighting games or whatnot, because I don't do fighting games on a keyboard and mouse. This will probably still be my main controller 60% of the time, and I'm still going to use this one about 40%. This was only $80 though, so if you're on a budget, you will get everything that this thing can do, if not maybe even a little better with this for $80 plus tax. So if you're on a budget and you want a really good controller, go for this one. If you got a little bit of money to spend and you want a better durability, go for this one. But yeah, guys, that is my review. I honestly think that in the long run, thanks to battery life and just some minor gripes, this is still the slightly better controller. I would rate this 8 out of 10, and maybe the G7 now at a 7 out of 10, but I promise you probably wouldn't be disappointed with both. This is a great controller, and I like it a lot. So that's my review, guys. If you have any comments, just leave them below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Appreciate you guys. I really do love y'all. Thanks. Bye.